And welcome to What Do You Believe?
Sounds like a talk show host.
Yeah, I
Or
like that.
A game show, I mean.
Um, with the host, Kyle Martin Greer, co-host, David Glick. Woo! And we don't have a guest today. We were going to have a few tentative guests, but they all kind of fell through.
Now, what happened? One of them had dinner.
Yeah.
One of the other ones was in Vietnam,
Vietnam, yeah.
of all places. Dude, he's probably having a blast over there.
I saw his Instagram, Mr. Chris Kim. He was on a previous episode talking about Asian discrimination. You should totally check it out. It's a couple episodes back. But yeah,
I told him to
it's just you and me today.
bang some Viet poontang. He didn't respond.
He's probably busy doing that. Hopefully.
He probably is. Yeah.
Hopefully he was doing that.
He's going to come back with a Vietnamese wife.
All right, so the big thing in the news lately is Bitcoin, and David and I were just talking about it, and then I was like, oh my God, before we really get into it, let's just go ahead and turn this podcast on, and let's go ahead and talk about this this
Yeah.
Bitcoin sensation that's happening.
Okay, so here's my question. I don't
Okay.
know anything about Bitcoin. This is what Danny's told me. He has Bitcoin. And he said, Kyle, not you, the different Kyle.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is what I'm hearing. I'm not even a Bitcoin noob. I know so little about Bitcoin. But this is what I'm hearing is if you own Bitcoin, and I guess it's through Coinbase, might be one of the only ways in the U.S. that you can buy and sell Bitcoin
Correct.
and convert it back into U.S. dollars,
Correct.
that there's a limit on there where you can only sell maybe like 2,000 to 3,000 U.S. dollars worth of Bitcoin per week.
Right.
So is this what you're hearing also? Or
Correct.
How'd
So
you do yours? Through Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Or
Well, I
through
did
Coinbase?
it through Coinbase.
I'm just going to throw it out there, though. This is like, that's the craziest pyramid scheme I've ever heard of.
Yeah. Well, it makes it so you can't make a run on the bank pretty much. And
They're
you
trying to
can't-
stabilize the price.
Yeah. They're just stabilizing the price.
Which also tells you that if they have such strict price controls in, that they're stabilizing the price that way, and it's still this volatile, that if they took those away, the
Be
volatility
crazy.
on Bitcoin, I think it would crash really
Yeah.
quickly. I think Bitcoin would crash so quickly.
Of course. I mean, I know a bunch of people probably would have. They're probably waiting till it hits 20.
But they can't. I mean, you can't even dude.
But I'm saying once it hits 20, they'll start pulling it. And once
Yeah.
you get a mass number of people start pulling, that's when the price is going to drop.
It's gonna drop really bad. Also,
But I feel that's going to happen in the new year. I feel like people are going to start I feel like it's going to hit 20, and once it hits 20, people are going to be like, oh hell yeah, and
Yeah.
just start. Because I mean that's huge.
Bitcoin's worldwide, right?
Yeah.
Now, maybe if you buy and sell Bitcoin in other currencies through an exchange other than Coinbase, is that what it's called, Coinbase?
Yeah.
And so you're selling in other countries like China. I think Bitcoin's really big over in China.
But there's a whole bunch of different currencies. I just bought some Ripple.
You're talking about cryptocurrencies, yeah.
Yeah, cryptocurrencies.
But I'm saying
yeah.
if you want to convert all this stuff back into
to
usable-
physical money.
usable money. So
But see, the idea is that eventually we're getting to a system where that will become the money, and then you don't have to worry about converting it back to U.S. dollars.
just think
That's
all
where
these people are so full of
that's what
shit.
they want to happen.
I know that's what they're saying. I just think the whole thing, it's just so sketchy if you're not allowed to sell it. If you're only allowed to buy it and then you can only trickle it off, like you can only sell drops at a time, it doesn't matter what it is, like cryptocurrency, vehicles. It'd be like if I bought a car and they said you can buy it, but you can't sell your car later on.
Right.
I feel like there has to be more to the story than this. I feel like there has to be an easy way to sell it and that people don't know, and I don't know anything about this. I'm only asking people like you and Danny.
Right.
I've never talked to like a crypto expert. I bet there's a way to quickly sell all your cryptocurrency back into the market. I just haven't heard of how to do it.
Yeah, I
I
don't
did
know
a
of it.
Google
I think you
search
just
on-
buy other stuff. You can easily buy other cryptocurrencies and buy into different ones, like Litecoin and all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah. Maybe you could convert it into a home. Maybe you could find
making your mortgage payment with it. I don't know.
That would be
that's a
legit.
different
Yeah.
that's a different kind of. But who knows? Maybe mortgage companies will switch into that, and then they'll be like, oh, your payment this month is X number of Bitcoin or X number of Ripple. Maybe they'll
I doubt
start.
they will unless it's stable.
Who knows? I mean, only the
they would
future
have
can
to in
tell.
The future, yeah.
I'm willing to it's a great idea, and I'm willing to invest into the idea to a certain extent. You know, I'm
I
not.
mean, I
I'm
think
not.
it's a great
I'm
thing
not.
to speculate on.
Yeah, I'm not throwing that like betting the house on it or anything.
See, I would almost as
I
a
don't have a house.
purely as like speculation, like gambling at a casino. I mean, I think your odds are way better if you treat it like gambling, where you're, like, oh, okay, I don't really know anything about this stuff, but I'm just gonna buy it and see if I can make some money off of it.
Right.
I think your odds are way better on Bitcoin.
Without a
to
doubt.
make money. Like, I'd rather take $4,000 and go buy like Ripple or any of those other things, but then when you hear that you can't sell, it'd be like you go to the casino and you can't sell your chips. Back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
They're
there
like,
has to be more to the story than what I'm hearing. It can't be that, because the reason why is there's no way that I would be the first person bringing this up. Like, there's no way. Like, there's all these analysts talking about it on TV, podcast. Like,
But are they all part of a system that's just trying to promote that and just trying to get people to buy into it?
well, I think a lot of them are, but
Or is it just,
like Peter
it's
Schiff
just
doesn't.
news?
Listen to him. Peter Schiff's this dude, and he's been on like all those talk shows, like Fox and all that stuff. But I listened to his podcast. He actually has a podcast out. His newest episode's like, I can't remember the title. It's like CNBC crypto news. Anyways, he's saying CNBC is like all pro Bitcoin, but
Right.
he hasn't talked about this selling limit, and he's super against. He's always talking on the cryptocurrencies. Like he would have no problem saying.
So is it real? So
I feel like I have to be wrong. I feel like someone's going to tell me. I'm going to eventually run into someone. Hopefully, someone watching this will be like, will make a comment on the podcast. Like, no. There's a way to sell it all quickly. Here's how you do it.
So if
You
you are watching this and you do know, please leave a comment. Like, educate us.
Yeah, we'll bring it up on the next podcast.
Yeah,
for sure.
We'll give you credit for sure too. On top of that,
Because I would buy some if I find out there's a way. I'll definitely buy some Ripple or something like that.
it's a damn system to buy Ripple, dude. So
Blake did that.
You
Did
gotta
I tell you how I did it?
You gotta buy
Go ahead.
Coinbase, and then once you get a Coinbase, you gotta get a GMAX or
GDAX.
GDAX,
Yeah.
and then once you get a GDAX, you gotta get a Binance, and then
What is it? Binance?
Binance. Yeah, that's actually how you buy the Ripple.
Oh my God, this is such
Yeah.
a pyramid scheme.
So-
I don't know what's going on, but I went in before it crashes. I just want to make sure I can sell.
So if you went from Coinbase strictly to Binance, you would get this service charge. They'll take like a certain percentage of your money. Like for me, it was way too much. But if you go through GDAX, they don't take a percentage.
What percentage do they take on you?
A large percentage. It was almost like 10%.
What did you put in? Like a few thousand?
No, I'm not going to talk about that. But
Well, okay. Here's the thing. Can you put in less than 17? You said you bought yours at 13,000.
yeah, but I did not buy a Bitcoin. I bought a fraction of a Bitcoin.
Oh, you can buy fractional Bitcoin.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I didn't know that part. Is that where the Bitcoin Cash comes in?
Correct.
Ah,
So
okay.
Coinbase, you just say, all depending on what the price of Bitcoin is at the time, you buy like how much you want, and they say, oh, you're buying 0.00 blah 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 blah. And it's a whole bunch
He
of.
said he put in like
They break it
3,000.
down.
If you bought it 16, what is it now?
I don't know, but let's say you bought 100 shares of. All right, so at one time Bitcoin was like 40 cent or 10 cent a share, way back in the day. And if you bought a crap load, then
10,000.
you'd be crazy. You'd be crazy rich.
You would be crazy rich on paper, but if you can't sell it, that's what I'm saying. There has to be something like, dude, I'm just
Well,
calling.
I mean, if you get $3,000 a week,
that's not much, man. Like, okay,
52 times 3,000.
those Winklevoss dudes that are
What's that? 175 or
billionaires, right? Okay, say you have like $1 million. Say you're like one of the guys that we know that he's supposed to have like $1 million or so in Bitcoin, right?
something. Right.
All right, you take like $1 million divided by, say it's like, what is it, 3,000 a week?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? I don't even know what the selling limit is. Yeah, it's 333 weeks. I mean, you realize that you could see Bitcoin collapse in price in like not 333 weeks, not even 33 weeks. Like in 3 weeks' time, Bitcoin could completely.
So it's impossible. So something's got to be up. Like,
Bitcoin, when it crashes,
either people
it's not
are
going to
just
crash in 333 weeks.
Yeah, people are not aware.
It's going to crash.
Either that they can't get their money out, or that's just false information. It's one of the
It
two.
has to be false. Here's what I think. I think there's a way to sell it quickly onto a market outside of the U.S. So what I mean is,
Like
I
on
think
Binance?
I don't know. I just think that maybe you can sell it and sell it back in like Japanese yen, and then take the Japanese yen and convert them into U.S. dollars.
Gotcha, yeah.
I think there's some sort of weird strict control. I know this is that in the U.S., the IRS just forced Coinbase to release all the tax info on people that have bought more than, I want to say it's like $50,000. Anyone that has more than like 50,000 in cryptocurrencies through
Right.
Coinbase, now their info is being released to the IRS. So these people that were
Just so you know, guys.
yeah, I mean, you're basically going to have to get taxed. You get taxed on stocks, so they're just treating it like stock.
Yeah, but don't you get taxed only if you sell the stock, right?
Well, if you make a profit,
Yeah, make a
they're called a
profit off it,
capital gain tax. Yeah,
Yeah, but not only, but if you invest in it and you never
sell your
cash
stock.
never cash it out, then you don't have to pay taxes on it, right?
Yeah, with stock or real estate, any of that stuff, vehicle, it's after you sell it, then if there's a
hit ya.
profit, yeah. Now, if you sell it for a loss, like if you sell it for less than you paid for it, and you can prove it with the paperwork, then you can actually write it off.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Just that's for your 2017 taxes coming up. There you go.
Well, what's interesting is actually if someone had a lot of money right now and they want to avoid tax, they should, and they want to try to do it illegally without getting caught. I think sell it now.
Yeah,
I think your chances of selling now, you're not going to get caught. Maybe later on, like 2 years from now, if Bitcoin's even still around, then you'll get probably taxed if you sell it.
You know what sucks real bad is that 5 years ago I was mining for Bitcoin in my apartment in Hollywood, and I have
Whitley.
Yeah, I have the wallet, but I don't have the key. Like I have the electronic wallet, but I don't have the key to open up the wallet, and I have no idea to know how much is in there. Because at the time, at that place, I wasn't having to pay for electricity; it was included into the rent. So I'd let my computer run like 24/7, and then mine for bitcoins, and I could potentially have like a couple $100,000 on my computer, but I have no way of getting it.
How can you get the key?
So that's the secure thing about Bitcoin. They only give it to you once, and there's no way that anybody can get a hold of it. Not even them.
Kyle, did you lose the key that Bitcoin?
Yeah, I did, bro.
Man, where'd you put it?
But I have no idea because
Is it on a piece of paper?
I moved from there, and like,
Damn it.
look, I've already been like so depressed over it already. Trust me, because like looking at this price of Bitcoin, but now without a doubt, it's made me like realize if I have like a gut feeling on something, I need to stick to it.
Well, I'll tell you,
because I could be a millionaire.
There's that dude that says he lost his flash drive in the trash for like $3 billion or something. He says he's a billionaire, but he doesn't know where it's at.
I totally, like at first I didn't quite believe that, but now I totally believe it because I was like, oh my God. And I looked through the files, and my files are like 2013 or 2014. And it shows all the transactions that I mined for, but there's no way of me like getting that.
Hold on,
dude.
Let me help you out. This is gonna be a good podcast conversation. I'm really good at finding stuff. I've lost my keys a lot. I've never lost a Bitcoin key, but where's the last place you had it?
No, it's like a piece of paper that I printed out, and I have no idea.
Now, how did you print it out on your printer?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on, we're getting somewhere. Did you print it from your email?
No, I printed it from Did
they email you the key? Is what I'm getting at.
No, they just flash it on the screen, and they say you press the button and say print now. But I didn't send it to my email because I didn't want it to pass electronically through.
Oh, so it's just like a thing and it's like a print screen?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Hold on. What computer was it from?
It's the one I have now.
This one right here?
No, it's from my big computer, my desktop in my room.
Okay. All right, hold on. Have you talked to a computer forensics expert? Might be actually a possibility, man. I think that your computer, unless you scrubbed it clean because you had like a lot of porn on it.
All that file's still up there. Like everything, like all the Bitcoin stuff, like all the transaction and the history and the mining records and everything is still up there in a folder.
Yeah.
I just have no way of even my wallet's still up there, but I have no way of accessing it.
I could be wrong, but I think that your computer might actually keep, you know how there's like kind of like hidden files or whatever, or like, whatever you have.
Yeah.
They might have like a weird file of any file that's ever been sent to the computer.
Like the
printer.
recycling bin.
Yeah, kind of like recycling bin, but it's like, like they'll have like files that are queued up.
Yeah, I got what you're saying.
Queued up to print, but they haven't printed because the printer's like turned off.
But I doubt it saves all those whole files. Yeah, I don't
know. If I was you, man, I would be finding out. If you think you might even have like $100,000,
it could be worth it. Yeah.
Yeah. What if you pay some?
I mean,
guy
dude,
like $2,000 to find your?
I looked for hours and days, and like got so depressed, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that I just like lost focus on it. I totally lost
If
focus on
somebody
it.
else gets your key, can they hack your account?
Yeah, without a doubt. But there's no way anybody can get my key
What'd you
because
do?
I don't even know where it
Did
is.
you use the key paper for rolling paper? Is that what happened? Like, shit, I'm out of zigzags.
I was like, this will keep it in my head forever.
yeah. Yeah.
We are one. Me and
Yeah.
this key are one.
Yeah, literally. Dude, I'm looking it up right now because I'm pretty curious.
All right. Well, while you're looking that up, let me tell you a funny story the other day.
I want to hear it.
So when I was in college, I started dating this chick, and she got me to use baby wipes after I used the bathroom
Oh, yeah.
after I do number 2. So I've been doing that ever since. And I was at the dollar store picking up some baby wipes because that's where they're the cheapest, just so you know. And I had like 3 packs. This lady behind me, she goes, "Oh, you got a newborn?" I was like, "Nope, those are for me." She was like,
That happened today?
Huh?
That happened today?
That was yesterday.
That's pretty funny.
And she was just like dead still, like, "Oh."
You think she knew it was for your butthole?
Oh yeah, she knew.
Definitely. It's pretty funny. What was her? Was she an older lady or younger?
She was older.
Was she? Okay.
Yeah, she had glasses and.
I feel like a lot of younger people probably know that baby wipes are used for ass wiping. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. You know, like some of the schools I go to, they keep baby wipes in the bathroom, and it's not for babies.
Dude,
it's
they're
for the
awesome.
teacher, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, but just don't flush them down a toilet. If you do use baby wipes, don't flush them down a toilet.
Check this out, man.
Don't mess up your septic tank.
Why is printers? Well, dude, in LA you don't have a septic tank. That's like in the country, like where you're like when I used to live in New Mexico.
Or in your
they had
sewer system that like
Yeah.
I saw this YouTube video where there's like this huge, like maybe 4 foot tall ball of baby wipes, and they like collect and they create these huge gigantic baby wipe boulders in the sewer system
That's crazy.
because there's so many people that use them.
Dude,
And they
that's
don't.
crazy, man. People litter out here. Like I was getting on the
Yeah,
blue
yeah.
line a couple days ago. I can see this guy. He's like blowing his nose right before he steps on the train, and he just drops on the ground. Like, but he doesn't even think about it. It's not like he looks around because he knows that he's doing something shameful. He doesn't even know, man.
Right.
And like I saw this on
Or
the
just
Griffith
doesn't
Park
care.
trail. Yeah, it's just like some sort of disconnection. Griffith Park. I'd say this guy walking up. He's on the trail to the Hollywood sign, and he's just this is like a beautiful trail in the mountains, and he just gets done with takes his last sip of his water. He's with a really hot girl too. It's like his date, and you would think that he's trying to impress her or something to get laid. No, man, he just drops it on the ground.
She doesn't say anything.
She didn't say anything, man. It's just crazy. I was like, what is the city? What's
It
about
is crazy.
This city, man?
I was taking
Somebody's
a
to shame these people.
I was taking a time lapse
Yeah.
on Mulholland Drive one day, and just sitting out there, and this older couple, like they might have been like maybe late 60s, early 70s, like really older, and they got out of the car and they had a little lunch on the back of their car, in like a little cooler, and they just ate, and they were just all so cute. And I was like, oh man, that is so romantic. They're watching the sunset. Like that is true love, like lasting.
Yeah.
And then after they're done, the old guy like takes all their trash and just throws it off the edge of the hill. I was like,
Yeah,
"Holy-"
man. Isn't that crazy? I think
I got on my car. I was like, hey man, you can't be doing that. He's
said
like,
that
what?
to
Yeah. He's like, what? Because there's a trash can. Like, I'm talking about 3 foot away from
that's
him.
crazy.
And I was like, dude, you can't be doing that. Put it in a trash can. He pointed to all the other trash that was down there already. He's like,
Yeah.
look, everybody else does it. And I was like, oh my God, that sounds like an argument a 3-year-old would make.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And it's like this guy. So it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't make maturity
Dude, is he
level.
like his South Central America? The dude? I know this is like a bad question to bring. Well, what I was thinking is like maybe in some of these cultures in like
I was
because I see it a lot.
I was thinking more Middle Eastern.
Middle Eastern? Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. I would almost think Middle Easterns would be super clean because I feel like their cities, like I've watched videos of like, like you go to like UAE, Dubai, stuff like that. I think they're like, get your
Yeah.
hand chopped off if you
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
up. Or like Japan's
Well,
really clean.
I didn't ask him,
Yeah.
but it's just my speculation of
When
what
I've
his
traveled
race
in
would have
Mexico,
been.
it's pretty, and so I'm thinking maybe it's a cultural thing. Not like they it's like they literally don't know. Like maybe they're coming from a country where it's like the norm is okay. Like as an example, I'll spit. I'll spit outside if I'm somewhere like in Oklahoma. But maybe if I went to, there's some countries where you can't spit. Like
You get arrested.
Yeah, Singapore. I think you can spit in Singapore, and that would be a thing where it'd be the same situation where I'm being transplanted to a place and I don't know their social norms. Like to me, it doesn't seem that bad to spit on in the plants outside, but maybe in Singapore it's bad. So maybe it's the same way for some dude coming up from like Brazil. Maybe he doesn't know that
Throwing trash in the street's a bad thing. Yeah.
no, not just trash, his entire picnic into the mountainside. Yeah, he does it. It's like from nature back to nature.
I see people litter every single day, all the time. Even my friends, they'll throw like an apple core out the window and be like, "Oh, it's biodegradable."
See,
like in the gutter.
I would okay in the gutter. I would feel bad
Yeah.
about, but if I was like in the mountain, like,
Well, that's I'm talking about like in the street. If you throw it in the
I
street,
feel
it's
bad
not
about. Yeah,
like decomposing on asphalt, bro.
agreed.
I hate to tell you.
100%. Yeah, I don't throw that. I won't throw it in the street. But whenever I do like my, the summer trips we do, like all the trail running and stuff like that, I'm always, I'll
Feed
never
the
throw-
bear.
You have to be careful. Yeah, I mean, you have to be careful not to get the smells on you. Or something else I'll do.
Oh, and what?
I don't get it.
No. He has a thing called feed the bear. He's a bear. Anyways, keep on doing your thing. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, you just bury your.
Yeah, bury your. Yeah, exactly.
When you're hiking and stuff like that, I always dig a hole. Like almost 100% of the time, I'll find a rock or something. I'll dig up a little spot, and then you just bury it afterwards.
Right.
What your other options are: pack it in, pack it out. Some people actually will carry their with them. What's the other things I've heard of? Some people just like, dude, I see piles of.
Some people just.
No, like man. I mean, did you see that in Griffith Park? Piles of human and toilet paper in the bushes.
Dude,
I've run into it multiple times.
Yeah. I want to go to this park, maybe on. I think it's Sepulveda Park or something like this. Yeah, it's like it's huge. Looks like a homeless recreation ground. It's crazy. I want to go check it out. Maybe do a what do you believe tour there one day or something, like a live shot or something.
Like south of here?
It's west of here.
Okay.
But anyways,
I'm looking it up on my phone. I don't.
It's crazy.
Oh, is it Lake Balboa? Anthony C.
No. This is like a grungy part of town.
Oh, okay,
All right.
okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Fun fact, something I found out this week that I think everybody should know, and totally blew the mind of my buddy Steven Martyr, who is one of the guests, who's a huge Cowboys fan. He's a huge Cowboys fan. When I told him this, he called me a liar.
Wait, does it have to do with the kneeling?
No, it has to do with the fact that the NFL doesn't pay income tax. Can you believe that?
Well, you texted me about this. I don't know the details.
Yeah, they don't pay income tax. So your taxes pay for the stadiums, even if you don't want football.
Yeah.
And then those teams or the owners don't have to pay income tax. The NFL itself, it's considered like almost as if it's a religion. It's crazy, like if it's a church.
I'm looking it up. Yeah,
it is and like
it looks like other people.
Where I first heard it from is Mark Dice, and then I was like, man, that sounds kind of far fetched. Mark Dice. If you don't know who Mark Dice is, look him up on YouTube. MarkDice. He's a social commentary genius, I would call him. It's hilarious,
right, man. Yeah, it's like 2015.
Yeah,
NFL's about to pay taxes.
Yeah, I looked it up, and I was like, man, that doesn't sound right, Mark. I think you got your stories crossed. And I looked it up, and it's totally true. I was like, oh my God. So number one, your tax dollars pay for the stadiums. They don't pay income tax, and then they don't stand for the national anthem in the country that's given them this. Are you freaking kidding me, bro?
How did you hear about it? All through Mark Dice?
Mark. Well, it started off with Mark Dice. He just said something in a video, and I was like, let me research that, because I don't take anything for face value. Like, if no matter what anybody says, if it sounds outrageous, I'm gonna look up and research it and see.
Check this out. This is a pretty good one. This is on Mother Jones. I think that's a fairly legit hippie liberal thing. Like, what is Mother Jones? I see it like in health stores a lot. Do you know that, the magazine? Okay, so soon, however, the public won't have a clue. This is from 2015, April, so about 2 years ago. Have a clue what Goodell?
Yep,
yeah,
Roger Goodell.
Commissioner. Anyone else in the NFL officer? On Tuesday, he announced the NFL gives up its tax-exempt status, claiming it has turned into a distraction that's been mischaracterized repeatedly. Here's what that means. For the first time in 70 years, Pro Football League's headquarters will pony up its share of federal taxes. But it also means the NFL won't have to file the tax forms that require it to be transparent about the salaries, revenues, spending, and more. Oh, man, it sounds like they're masking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like there's some sort of weird tax scheme going on here.
They're totally. I feel like the American people need to pay attention to what's going on.
Dude, they're zoning out right now. So
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking about this.
Yeah.
They're just like trifecta. Congress
Sorry.
granted the NFL tax-exempt status way back in 1942. Wow, since 1942, the Congress has granted NFL tax-exempt status.
Just think about that, y'all. Think about that.
Estimated revenues of $9.5 billion a year with a B, no taxes. And Roger Goodell's trying to grow it to $25 billion by 2027. Dude, he's not doing a good job though, because I was looking. Apparently, these ticket sales have dropped a lot since this whole kneeling controversy took place.
And they should.
They're saying like the tickets are like $6, and you can get in zone tickets for like $27 right now.
I don't even want to go.
I wouldn't go either. I mean, yeah, personally,
it's like you might as well like try to pay me to go to your game. You know what I mean?
They're charging $6. That's basically they're begging you to go.
Yeah, you better give me
less than a beer.
You better give me a free beer to go. I mean, come on, like that's just ridiculous.
They must be editing out the shots. I don't even watch football, but there's no way they would show an empty stadium.
Right.
They must be telling their cameraman to zoom in on like the one crowded spot. And they're probably actually, if the tickets are really low on sales, I bet they're funneling the few people to one section.
Right.
To make that section look crowded. And then they are told.
Only shoot from this side.
Yeah, literally. Isn't that crazy?
Well, yep, but it's awesome in a way, I feel like, too. You ever heard of Diamond and Silver?
No.
It's this two black ladies on YouTube. You should totally look them up sometime. They do political commentary as well. I found out about them through Mark Dice as well.
Oh, they're conservative black chicks? That's
yeah. Oh, no, shoot. It's Diamond and Silk. Pardon me, ladies. Sorry about that. It's Diamond and Silk is their name. They're hilarious, bro. Here, let's see if I can pull up one of these videos.
Let's see if you play it. Is it gonna?
It won't let me record after I part of that. That sucks.
I haven't heard of these ladies.
Apparently, some things are going down right in Philadelphia at the DNC convention. We have Bernie Sanders supporters upset, and the fighters for Hillary.
Oh, you can't hear it. Oh man, I tried to hook up the microphone, but I didn't hit the button when it was on. When I hit the record button, so you can't hear it.
They look pretty funny so far.
Yeah, they're hilarious. If you're listening to this, look them up, Diamond and Silk.
Dude, have you seen this? There's this black chick on YouTube that has millions of views, and all she does, she has a really high quality microphone, and she just stares into the camera and makes sounds. Like she'll have a bag of carrots. It'll be like a 2-hour video of her just like crunching on a bag of carrots. Have you seen this?
No.
Dude, it's crazy, and apparently this is like a thing that people like to listen to when they go to sleep.
Really?
And apparently it's like yeah, like therapists are like, yeah, why don't you go to this lady's website and listen to her? This is your medication. Dude, you can make money doing anything these days
If I went
on
to
YouTube.
I know, dude. Hey, you can even start a podcast with your buddy on a couch. Drink
Well,
Sapporos.
That's what you would think would be the thing to do, but
Cheers.
apparently this lady is like, I've got a better idea. I'm going to eat carrots by myself and get a really, really high quality mic.
I would say she's probably an entrepreneur.
Oh, dude, she's so clever in her own way. I mean, it's just nuts. And, I listened to it for a little bit. It sounds kind of good.
Yeah?
You listen to it, you're like, oh, that's kind of a nice carrot sound.
I'm going to look her up.
She does this too. She goes like like she'll tap her fingernails together. And it makes it, she has these really long fingernails,
yeah.
and she'll scrape them next to it. It's just crazy, and she gets a lot of views, man.
I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
She's about to get a couple more.
yeah.
Did you know that cats make bird calls?
Cats.
Yeah, they do.
So they'll like.
They go.
Oh, it's crazy.
You
to
should look it up.
Try to lure in the bird.
Yeah. She look
Wow.
up cats' bird calls. And
I haven't heard of that one.
They're like a buddy of mine was telling me about it, and then he showed me a video, and they go. They look like demon possessed.
Do the birds come in and get eaten?
Yeah,
It must work. Yeah.
it does work. And all right, so I was trying to spice up the comedy on this thing, this podcast. I got some reasons why I don't go to the gym.
Oh.
All right, you ready?
Are these one-liners?
Or kind of.
Okay, go for it. Yeah.
All right, so I don't go to the gym. One of the reasons I don't go to the gym is because you get sick. There's so many people there, and they all make you sick, right? All right, so that's...
Wait, is that the punchline?
No, it's not. It's not like a punchline. It's just the reason why I don't go to the gym.
Oh, okay. I was waiting for like a punchline. Like I was about to pull up. I was actually like.
There might be a punchline coming up. Just hang it in there.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Next is money. I don't want to pay to go get sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm following.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
following because you might get sick.
Yeah.
Who wants to pay? To
And
get
then
sick?
time. It costs time to go find parking. Costs
know,
time to
yeah.
drive there. It costs time to drive back. It's like you're spending more time, getting there than actually working out. It's crazy. It takes too long. A lot
Yeah.
of time. And then the final reason is balls. I don't want to pay people and spend a lot of time to go to this place to see other guys' balls.
Okay, I like it.
Don't want to do that.
Did it go through to the mic?
Yeah.
Did you get it? That's what I was trying to pull up the whole time. Dude, you need to get like. Is there a way to mic that into?
I
the
need a little
computer?
soundboard. Yeah.
Yeah, to get like a soundboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are all my reasons. Those are my top 4 reasons for not going to the gym. There you go.
That's a better one. Dude, what's funny is they call this lame joke sound effect because it's such a quintessential. Like everybody knows
But
that.
bah.
It is basically a suggestion to the audience to laugh.
Yeah.
Like from
They
back in
don't-
the day, It's like the comedian tells his joke and then the drummer's like, "That's your cue to laugh, guys.
Yeah.
The joke's over."
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder if like in the 30s and 40s, is that when stand-up comedy started coming around? They've had court jesters for a while, but
Yeah, I don't know. I've been thinking of court jesters have been the same thing as comedians. They're just like philosophers,
yeah, I think so. It's true.
but some of them have shitty philosophies. Some of them have really, really funny philosophies.
Dude, court jesters, man, that would have been a danger. If you were a shitty court jester, wouldn't they murder you in the dark ages?
I think so.
Yeah. God, dude, that would.
But like either
Now you
you
just get booed off. stage.
either you kill or you get killed, like straight
Literally,
up.
literally, yeah. Have you ever done it? Stand-up comedy?
No, last year I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it, and I have Mikey V and a couple other friends that do stand up, and I would always chicken out because
Scary.
I come up with all these ideas and I record them like all these like my ball jokes and my poop jokes.
Oh, Kyle, if you
Yeah.
tell those jokes, the ones you just told me, on
That was the
podcast,
jokes, exactly.
dude. You're gonna bomb so
Exactly, exactly.
bad, man.
And-
You're never gonna go.
But
back
see,
on
I'm
stage.
smart enough to know this.
Dude, your jokes are gonna be so bad. It's gonna be like Mitch Hepburn style. He's a funny comedian. You should
All right,
check him out.
all
But
right,
he's just full of one-liners.
I got a good catering joke.
Okay, all right.
Okay. All right, so this catering dude, he goes to the grocery store, right?
Mm-hmm.
He gets some coffee, he gets a loaf of bread, and he gets some butter, right? He's at checkout, and while he's checking out his stuff, the lady goes, "You're single, aren't you?"
Sorry.
Oh, God. Ruin a joke, man.
Hey,
Ruin
actually,
a joke.
that's a punchline.
Ruin a joke. Ruined the joke.
Did this actually happen to you though?
It might have.
Yeah,
Anyways.
this actually seemed like it might have happened.
All
to
right,
you.
so let's start the joke over again
Yeah,
without the phones. So the catering dude. All right, caterer. He goes to the. Sorry about that. Caterer. He goes to the grocery store. He buys a loaf of bread, some butter, and some coffee. And then, while he's checking out, the lady checking him out, she goes, "You're single, aren't you?" He goes, "Yeah. How'd you know?" She goes, "You're fucking ugly."
That is actually a pretty funny one. It has nothing at all to do with the items, huh?
Right.
Dude, that's a better one. That's a better one than the other ones. 'cause-
I heard that joke 2 days ago and I barely remembered it.
oh, you didn't make it up?
No.
Oh, I thought you made it up.
Josh McKnight. That was Josh, but I think he got it from somewhere.
He made it up?
Yeah, he's a chef. He said he wants to be on the podcast too. He's a funny guy.
There's a thing I read about comedy. I can't remember. Some famous comedian, comedy director wrote. He said the comedy's the same. Every form of comedy is the same. Where you have to get the audience's mind on one line of thought, and then you have to derail it. So it's all. He was comparing it to like a train. Like you have to get them going on a like a train track where they think they're going one way, like what the joke you just said, and then
Right.
and then you have to suspend that, like put them somewhere else suddenly.
Yeah.
And
For,
if you do it in a proper way, it's pleasing.
for a
It
little bit,
pleases them, like,
I almost
"Oh."
forgot those 3 items because it doesn't matter what 3 items. And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I was like, bread, butter, and what was it? Coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, does it?
No. That's the thing. That's the thing. You set them up.
Have you ever seen Mike, your buddy that was on last week? I've never seen him.
Yeah, yeah. I've actually gone to a couple of shows and recorded him
Oh, cool.
doing his thing. I've done that for a few friends, like my friend Claudine. She's a stand-up comedian as well.
Adam knows all these people. I mentioned Mike to Adam,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, Adam's like, oh yeah. I've seen him or something. So I think all these comedians that stay in it for a while in LA, they run into each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if they're not like good friends, they recognize each other from I bet it's like a fairly tight knit scene out here if you stay in it for like 5 or 10 years.
Yeah, well, I feel like there's only a certain amount of places that have stand-up comedy, so
There's a lot though.
you
man.
kind of get focused into those places.
Totally. I agree with it, but also just from talking to Adam and going to his shows, it's crazy how many places there are that I never knew of.
Oh yeah?
Oh, dude, there's a lot. There's like there has to be 20 or 30, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I mean, honestly, man, I think there's a lot more.
And
than
like
that.
40 million people.
There's probably more than that. I'm just thinking like the big ones. I mean, like Adam does a show at in the lobby of an apartment building on Wilshire Grant. I've been on Wilshire Boulevard.
Uh-huh.
I've been to it before, and actually, you know who's been to that the little one I'm telling you about? Remember that comedian at the Marriott, the one that was up on the unicycle?
Yeah, that dude was good.
Yeah, he's been to this thing.
He was amazing.
He was, yeah. And Adam was telling me, like the comedian,
I forgot his name.
yeah, I don't know it either.
I wish I knew it.
It's like I described that comedian to Adam. He's like, oh yeah, it's this guy. He knew exactly who I was talking about. He's like, yeah, he's done the show with me over on Wilshire. I think that's what he was saying.
Yeah, he killed.
Yeah, he was good. What? Hey, okay, here's a question for you. What do you think he made for that? For that show?
Ooh, that is a good question. I would say a shitload, cause dude,
Guess. Adam told me. Adam said he had I think Adam has
like
pretty
a
good film.
ballpark.
Yeah,
All right, so let me take a crack.
I can just tell you if you want.
$7 grand.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah,
That's what Adam was thinking.
yeah.
Somewhere right in there. He was saying like probably between like 6 to 8 or 6
Yeah.
to 9.
I'd
But
say
he's-
7.
He was saying that guy, that's a pretty good living, man. If you just do like 2 of those a month, you're gonna be pretty happy. Right? You can.
It's like your mom is like yelling at you because you're riding a unicycle on the street. Like,
Yeah.
get the hell off the unicycle, go study your books. You're like, your mom, I'm going to be a star.
Isn't it crazy?
Actually, never
Yeah.
say F you to your mom.
Yeah.
Don't ever
Honor
do that.
thy father and thy
That mother, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And you'll live forever.
Dude, so you have like a religious upbringing. Like, what
Totally.
do you think for because it's a common thing that you'll hear. I didn't experience this, but a lot of people have, and so you kind of have to relate to it. Like, there's a lot of people that say your parents shouldn't get the the honor unless they have earned it. You
What
know,
do you
like
mean
I'm just saying, like in these big cities, man, sadly you're going to run into a lot of people that have really fucked up childhoods, like
Yeah.
super, like ridiculous stuff that you just don't even want to hear about,
Yeah.
So should they still honor?
Should they still honor?
Yeah, how do you
their-
reconcile that? You know what I mean? It's a good question. I don't have an answer for it.
Yes.
It's like maybe honor the people that raised you instead, or you try to like just
Well, you should have respect for any and everybody, like no matter who they are, or even if they are
yeah,
like.
that's an easy out. of
Yeah.
the
Well, I
question.
mean, yeah, but I'm saying
Right.
even if they're like even if your parents are horrible people, like let's say your dad's Hitler. You know what I mean?
Yeah, literally.
Let's say your dad is literally Hitler.
Did he
He
have
wasn't.
kids?
He wasn't gay. He actually had a baby. You know.
Hey, have you heard these Hitler conspiracies that he moved to Argentina?
Yeah, I heard
Dude,
that.
I totally believe them.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Hitler died, he committed suicide, and then he burnt his body, and they never found. They never found his body.
No, I did not know that.
Dude,
I thought they found him in a bunker or something.
Hitler's body has never been found. Go
What?
read about it. Yeah, Hitler's body. That's the official story.
Look,
That's not even the part of the conspiracy.
you know who Pythagoras is?
Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that is from Pythagoras.
Yeah.
He was a Greek philosopher.
Yeah.
But like he like supposedly woke up a whole nation, and was never. He like ran into the countryside and was never found too.
Oh, okay.
So and I feel like, but he was like a very influential person. Is
Dude,
what I'm saying. Like
this is how-
these influential
Yeah.
people, just all of a sudden they just disappear off the face of the earth.
Dude, now these days people listen to like Colin Kaepernick. How do you say his name?
Dude,
Dude, that's how you
That's
know.
close enough.
Well, I'm just saying or I shouldn't have to use him as an example, but I'm just or like comedians, like even if it's like, in the past, to wake up a country like A squared plus B squared equals C, that's a Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah.
Dude, people's eyes would glaze over now. I'm saying society's being dumbed down, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Back in the day, that's how you wake up the country.
Yeah.
You're not like a beatnik
It's angles,
poet or
bro.
something.
It's
Yeah.
all-
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Dude.
People are like, the motherfucker's right. How come I didn't think of that?
He started his own school, and if you wanted to join his school, you'd have to have a vow of silence for 5 years
Ooh,
straight.
it sounds Mason style, dude. I like
Yeah,
it.
but
It's
think
a ritual.
But think about this. Think about that. If you can only only listen for 5 years, that makes sure you focus on listening what's around you. And I
Mhm.
feel like that's what it's focusing on. It's like, don't worry about putting your opinion out there so much. Listen to what's around you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, what to say about that? That's one thing is I wonder if sometimes there's codes hidden in this stuff.
I
Like-
think so.
Like it wasn't really 5 years. There's some sort of there's this crazy book.
It was like 5 days.
Well, I think sometimes they use numbers. I think it's in the Bible too. I think it's in a lot of religious scripture where there's something else going on in
So-
the numbers that they're using.
It's like the one fell over. It's like a V. Like V is 5 in Greek, right? Or
Yeah,
Roman.
What is that book? There's this crazy book that it's like these professors from a pretty prestigious university, like MIT or somewhere, and they lay out this compelling case that a lot of old literature
Uh-huh.
is actually astrological math has been embedded into old literature that's been passed down.
I could believe that.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I can't
Like
remember the name of it.
like Hebrew letters also have
religious for sure. Yeah.
but they also have like numeric values and it's supposed to. I mean, I can't get into it enough because I don't know about it, but I've heard about like
Yeah.
how it's all like part of math as well. Like
Yeah, I
that's
think
the
so.
common language of the universe, and that's
Yeah.
supposed to be because symbols are represented like letters are representative of an idea, you know.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, isn't it?
And the idea is composed of like the math that makes that idea.
Have you ever seen a mummy, like a sarcophagus or anything like that?
I mean, I've
like
seen
in a museum.
not in real life, seen it on television.
I saw one in real life a few times recently, actually over this. I think it was like 2 summers ago. But it's kind of weird, man. When you see it in person, it really does. It's a different experience.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like I got really quiet. It's just like it hits you in a different way. I think that actually the Getty up in Malibu. Have you been there for any events?
not the Malibu one. I've been to
Yeah, this one.
the closer one.
I heard the one in Malibu might have. I want to go up there if they actually have that. We should do that. We should do a podcast from a mummy thing.
I'm down. We could do it live. Live.
Yeah, until we get kicked out. It would take us like 5 minutes, man. The security would come in. Yeah. Yeah, we're broadcasting live from on top of the sarcophagus. This motherfucker's been there for like 4,000 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if they have mummies there, but I think they do. I'm not sure.
I wonder where Walt Disney's head is frozen.
Is his head frozen? Is that true?
Well, it's a hypothesis I had.
Oh, I don't
You
know.
know-
Okay, I haven't heard of this.
You know Futurama? You ever watch the cartoon Futurama?
You know, I've never seen it. Oh, that's on late at night, right?
Yeah. Well, it's a really popular. Well, it was more popular back in the like 2000s.
Yeah. That's been around since at least
Yeah, yeah.
2003.
But they have this running stick where like a lot of the president's head or famous people's heads are cut off, and they keep it in jars, and they're waiting until like they can create AI or enough
Oh,
robot stuff to like
I bet they're-
implant the brain into that, so that person can live forever when they come back.
I could totally see that being
Yeah.
on some level.
So Walt
true.
Disney can come back and like
Yeah.
rule Walt Disney World forever, as long as it keeps going.
There's some weird conspiracy videos I've seen about
Ooh.
about Disney World. You must know a good one.
Okay. No, this thing is really cool. So Walt Disney, they were supposed to run out on their copyright recently. So like you should be able to use Mickey Mouse on any shirt, and you can draw Mickey Mouse, and then you don't have to pay Walt Disney for the
Oh, shit.
the
Yeah?
rights to that.
Yeah.
But then Walt Disney just extended it. Like
Yeah.
they got Congress to change the fucking law, dude. It's
Wow.
crazy because they have so much money.
Yeah.
It is crazy, dude.
It is really crazy. On the same side of it, though, I can see how they do kind of deserve as a company. even the fact that
to keep him.
Well, I'm just saying that these people spend like all this resource and energy keeping that brand alive.
Yeah.
Like the brand would quickly,
but that's
effervesce into.
yeah, but that's the idea of being able to make new things. You know what I mean? And not letting one company have power forever. You know, because if somebody or something has power forever, it becomes ultimate totalitarian power. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I think even more than that, where people have like this choice. I'll answer that later. People have this choice of what they want to watch, but a lot of people unwittingly, it's a little different now with Netflix and with the internet, with YouTube, stuff like that. There's more choice out there. But for a long time, it's like you could choose not to watch Disney. You still have the choice to turn it off, but you don't have that much choice because there's only like a few people that control the cables that are, random to each person's home.
Right.
Unless you're smart enough and like you're smoking enough weed to realize you need to disconnect and like not even have cable. Like, I mean, think about it, man. Like the whole 50s and 60s, everyone was tuned in. You watch like these old, like are you
the Howdy Doody show or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, like that was probably like the heyday of mind control.
Yeah.
Was actually like the 50s,
the Howdy Doodies
60s.
and
yeah. I mean, it's like everybody would turn into the radio
because it's brand new, dude.
Yeah.
Like just think how we eat up. Well, I mean, not you personally, but
Yeah,
the
no,
majority
yeah.
eats up Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter. It's like because it's so
Yeah.
new, and everybody starts doing it because it's so new.
Yeah, dude, people are already. I mean, a lot of younger people that don't have Facebook. Like Facebook seems like
It's dying. I know.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling.
It's just weird. I read it's growing. It's growing like a lot right now. But
Yeah?
I think it's worldwide. It's growing, but within the U.S. and the younger group niche, I bet it's declining.
Yeah. I feel like it's dying in the U.S. personally because my nephew, or a lot of my nephews and a lot of the younger people that I know, like
They don't have it, huh?
YouTube.
Yeah,
Everybody YouTubes, dude. Everybody
Yeah.
watch YouTube all the time.
I know Google definitely has a lot of power right now because Google owns YouTube, and so it's like, is Facebook gonna diminish? I mean, remember MySpace?
MySpace, yeah.
Dude, Justin Timberlake bought MySpace.
Good job, Justin.
He thought it was gonna. I think he was trying to turn it around. It didn't. I bet that was a bad investment for him.
Cry me a river.
Have you heard of Tidal? That's a Jay-Z thing. Do you know?
No, I
Tidal?
haven't heard of Jay-Z thing.
Oh, you don't know Tidal?
Uh-uh.
Oh, it's like the streaming. I used it for a little bit. I just did like the trial thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, do you know what lossless audio is? Like really HD audio?
Mm-mm.
Oh no. Okay. Well, do you know what like?
You mean like a record, like a vinyl record?
Yeah, that probably should be that should be lossless quality. I think so. Yeah. But he has a streaming service called TI. You never saw that out here? TIDL?
Nah, man.
Oh, okay. Well, it's just. Yeah, he owns it, and they're trying to compete with, like Pandora, or what's the other big one that everyone uses? Spotify?
Yeah.
Spotify is definitely the biggest, right?
Yeah.
It
Right
has to
now,
be.
I feel like it's bigger.
Yeah. Spotify's good. I used to have that. Now I have Google Play because it's cheaper, but Spotify has more option. Like, there's stuff on Google Play, they just don't have it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, some big bands that you think they have, they just don't have it. It's weird.
I just listen to audiobooks mainly.
That's better.
Yeah, listen to the Bible, stuff like that.
Dude, a lot of people have audiobooks. I never use that. Like, are you going on to, that's an Amazon thing, right? Scribd or whatever?
It's
what do they call it?
Audible.
Audible, yeah. That's
Yeah.
owned by Amazon. You know that?
Or I'll listen to dude, there's a lot of books on YouTube that you can listen to, and since I have YouTube Red, or since we use since we do that thing, the family plan, like you can listen to the books on your phone, just like if it was
That is pretty cool.
yeah, and you could download them. You know what I mean? So there's no difference between
Can you get weird books? Like, are they more just like mainstream novels, stuff like that?
there's like older classics, and there's some weird ones in there.
Okay. Interesting, yeah. Well, that's what I was wondering, because sometimes like the books I'll read are books that are probably like the last book they would ever put on Audible.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just probably not. Dude, I bet there's money in that.
I want to start
doing a voiceover?
doing recording, like finding authors, like, hey, you need some guy to read your book for you.
Wow, that's an interesting thing you bring up there, is that they might have the same book in like different dialects.
Right.
Oh, am I using the word dialect? They could have it in different accents. They definitely have it in different languages.
I gotcha.
But maybe they have like a, like East Coast, and then they have a.
Little Miss Muffet, son of a tuffet, yeah.
Well, someone from Boston might prefer to listen to a Boston accent, a book read with a Boston accent, because that's like a pretty strong accent. I have some family from Boston, man. You know anyone from Boston?
Not really.
Well, you just know the accent.
Yeah.
You can't miss it.
Boston, yeah. Cars. Go
Yeah.
pack your car.
Have you seen that guy?
I've
on
been to
YouTube?
Boston. I ate some crabs and stuff
you?
there. Or lobsters.
Man, I really want to go there.
Yeah.
I think Boston would be such a cool little eclectic,
It was
vibrant
freezing.
city.
It was freezing when I went.
Wintertime.
Yeah, I went during me and my buddy Zach Hill went during it was like fall break. Like everybody was like, "Oh yeah, let's go to Florida." Me and Zach were like, "Huh, let's go where it's freezing cold."
Yeah.
And,
October?
Yeah, it was October.
I didn't know Boston gets cold by October, huh?
It was chilly, and then we went to New York for a day to, just road tripping it, man, exploring the world, or at least the U.S.
How far away is North Carolina from Boston?
I don't know. It was a drive. I remember it taking a while.
Did you guys drink and drive?
No, definitely not.
Really? Okay. I
Never
figured that was
did.
like a college thing to do. Get really drunk and see if you make it to Boston.
Oh God, no.
That's I'm sure. I never did that personally, but I knew people that were like, man, they're from like Oklahoma City down to Dallas. It's like a 3-hour drive. It's like 180 miles. They're like, man, I don't even remember. I just woke up in Dallas. It's like, dude, that shit's dangerous. Like, you have to be careful with
Yeah,
that.
don't make bad decisions. It happens, but don't make bad decisions.
Dude, people in
Just don't
college,
make-
they come out of high school where they've been kind of like cocooned all their life, and then they suddenly have a lot of available alcohol, and they don't understand consequence. I was the same way, but not as bad as some people.
I wasn't cocooned, and I still made bad decisions.
Yeah, yeah.
You just gotta.
Maybe it's the age.
You just
I don't
gotta
know.
make good choices. That's all it is. You just have to make good choices. That's and if you don't, it's your fault.
Dude.
All right. Well.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah. So we're about to go live because we're at 50 minutes right now. We're gonna
We've
come
already
up.
been that long.
We're coming up on an hour. No, that went pretty fast, right? That was really fast. I feel like it's been like maybe 40 minutes, but not an hour.
Yeah, it's crazy how quick it goes when we're just bullshitting.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, we're going to go to Facebook Live to promote this podcast. Thank you so much for listening this far. If you want to hit us up on What Do You Believe, hit us up on what do you hear? I don't know.
Acronyms.
Yeah, acronyms.
Hey, this is how you know you have to come up with a new acronym.
WDYB Comedy at WDYB Comedy. Yeah, hit us up on
It's like a-
Instagram and Twitter at WDYB Comedy.
It's like a radio,
Yeah.
radio channel.
It's pretty good, right?
WD.
WDYB Comedy. And here we go. We're about to go live. Gotta
bel-
switch over to the right. There we go. And I go live.
What's P and P mean?
Oh, no cussing, remember.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to What Do You Believe? With your ghost, Kyle Greer, and David Glick. All right, so today we do not have a guest, but we've had a great show. It just flew by today.
Oh yeah,
It's like
super quick.
yeah, but we have a whole bunch of people that are signed up for to be guests on the coming new year in 2018. I will be going to North Carolina next week, so I'm going to be doing a show from there. David won't be there, but we'll do another one when we come back.
Oh, cool, man! You're gonna do one from out there?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna have to tune into your podcast. Are you doing it live?
I'll do it like we do here.
Yeah,
but,
okay, yeah.
But I'm going to do it with my. I'm planning to do it with my cousin Buzz. So my cousin Buzz, my cousin Janelle, my cousin Amber, we're gonna get down together. We're gonna have a little talk around the microphone.
Oh man, if you get the chance, you should actually do this because I think a lot of people haven't been to where you live. You should try to do it out. Is it cold out there?
Yeah, it's like
Freezing. Okay,
it's
fuck
like
that, never mind.
42 degrees today. My dad said it got to 28 last night.
It might not work.
It's
But
not-
man, if you could do like with the outdoor, and so people can kind of see what it's like out there.
Yeah.
Except if it's windy or anything like that, the microphone is gonna pick up the wind.
Yeah, well, I got these big, huge muffle things to take care of that.
That'd be really cool, man.
Yeah.
You guys have like a lake by where you live?
We live closer to the coast area.
Oh man, if you did
Yeah.
by the ocean, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
It's actually a really good idea.
We'll see what happens. So today's podcast, we talked about Bitcoin. Go figure. This is a big subject. You guys will have to watch the full episode to see what all we talked about. We also talked about...
I may have come up with a good point. I haven't heard anyone talk about this Bitcoin thing.
Somebody should really listen to it. And
Is there a $2,000 selling limit per week
Yep.
or something like that?
We talked about how the NFL doesn't have to pay income tax. I don't know if you guys knew that. We talked about Mark Dice. He's a social commentarist. We talked about why I don't like going to the gym.
Yeah, kind of did. Yeah. Joke about it. Hey, you
It's
know what?
funny. It's a funny little bit.
We never actually hash out any of these topics. Like, I don't know the answer to any of the stuff we just talked about.
Oh, I think we talked. No, but see,
don't know
but
the answer
who
to
says
it.
that we're supposed to have all the answers? You
Hey,
know
we're
what I
just-
mean?
we're just touching
We
on
just
it,
help.
yeah.
We just help
Yeah.
start the conversation.
do, yeah.
To find the answers, because that's what it's all about. It's all about coming together to finding the answers.
We're like the Pythagoreans of 2017.
Yes, sir.
Right?
That's exactly
A
right.
squared, B squared, C squared. Right?
Just don't be a square.
Awesome.
We should end on that.
Yeah, all right, so that's a good one, yeah.
All right, you guys, check it out. Thank you so much. Check it the whole episode on the YouTube when we post it later on. And I hope you have a great evening and take it easy.
Cool. Have a good one. See you guys next time.
All right, peace out.